This is truly a special time of year. I'm thinking back to the very first time we all gathered at the beginning of the year, and I'm remembering at that gathering we were talking about we didn't just have new students, but because of the way last year was experienced, a whole other class of students felt like new students. So here we are today where nobody is a new student anymore, and it feels great. This was an amazing, fantastic, and wonderful year, and it proves to me, and I think it should absolutely be evident to you, that this is a place where passionate students with a purpose find a home. And I feel that way about being here myself. And I've been joking with the adults all year that yes, this is also my first year. And now it's coming to a conclusion, and it's time to celebrate it. And especially today, we are doing a recognition for seniors. They've been on this journey for 5 or 6 or 4 years. It's been a real commitment, a real choice to come here and engage in this work that we have at the Alabama School of Fine Arts. And their achievements are extraordinary. They've been offered admission to over 108 different colleges and universities and art schools and conservatories and programs. And they've, as a group of 55, been offered $8.7 million in merit scholarships. I couldn't even begin to read a list of all of their achievements while they're here at school. It would just be too long to do, and that's so impressive. So I encourage you to reach out to a senior today and tell them that you'll miss them and wish them the best for their next journey, because you know it's going to be extraordinary. And to the seniors, I'd like to say, welcome to the alumni. In just another day, yes. Just after tomorrow's graduation, you gotta wait that long, but it is coming so soon, and it is an amazing group to be part of, and I know that you will shape what the alumni body will be like in the future, and that I hope you come and visit us often. So with no further ado, I'd like to present Mr. Hill and also the, oh, I'm sorry, no? Okay, I got that wrong. But like I said, I'm almost done with my first year. And so now I'd like to move on to the rest of the senior recognition ceremony. Thank you.
I am TJ Vitalman, the chair of the Creative Writing Department. And before I start talking about this wonderful senior class, I do want to invite everyone, if you did not get a chance to pick up a copy of the 2022 Cadence on your way in, please do. It's an example of all the great work, the best work from our students this year and the senior classes editing efforts. So please get a copy of Cadence. Invite the 7 graduating creative writing seniors to join me on the stage. So come on up as we carry up. About this group. Like all the seniors in this graduating class, they have faced a world's worth of hardship and uncertainty in going about the work of discovering and fulfilling their individual creative abilities at ASFA, to quote the mission statement. And they made it. You made it. More than ever, that's an achievement in its own right, so thank you. As has become our tradition, we're happy to provide each of you a bound copy of your senior thesis as a symbol of the work you've created in this season of your life, and we hope the promise of all the work you will create in the coming years. More than any other group of creative writing seniors, your thesis projects are evidence that you not only made it through the hardship and uncertainty of making art in difficult times, but you did what all good artists do. You used that hardship and uncertainty as raw material for your very best work. The result in every case, and I mean that, every case, was a thesis that had the maturity of voice and vision to linger in your reader's imagination long after they put the book down. I hope you're as proud of this work as we are of you. I'll now read each senior's name, followed by the title of their thesis and the name of their thesis advisor. And as I do so, my colleagues Iris Rickenhammer and Ashley Jones will present the bound copies. Please hold your applause until we've presented each senior with their thesis. Becca Airbar. Her thesis is To the Scrapes Left on the Door Frame. Ashley Jones was her thesis advisor. Madaha Lewis, whose thesis was Ngoma, a celebration of music and dancing led by the rhythm of the drum. Ashley Jones was her thesis advisor. Leave it to Goodman, leave it to Goodman. E. Miller, whose thesis was titled An Essay on Death, Destruction, and Devotion. Ashley Jones was E's thesis advisor. Amaya Korta, whose thesis was A Month in Our World. Iris Rickenhammer was Amaya's thesis advisor. Goodman Murphy Smith, whose thesis was The Night Folk. Iris Rickenhammer was Goodman's thesis advisor. Haley Pate, whose thesis was Despite Everything, It's Still You. Iris Rickenhammer was Haley's thesis advisor. And finally, Mickey Ravizzi, whose thesis was A Night in New York. And Mickey had the difficulty of having me as the thesis advisor. So congratulations to all of you.
Good morning, all. I'm Wes Chapman, I'm the dance chair, and I'd like to ask our dance seniors and faculty to come to the stage, please. Today we want to recognize our 8 dance seniors and recognize the wonderful performances they've had this year. And I think we've all enjoyed that, myself included. And we hope that our dance seniors that are going out into the big world are not just dancers, but they are artists and considered dance artists. And I would like to present each of them with a framed photograph of the last piece that was made for them by Mr. Barnes, The Gloves. Do you remember The Gloves? And that, we'll start with Jasmine Bird, who's not here. And Ellie Crawford. Yay, Ellie. Trey Anna Glover. Lisa N, who's not here. Isabella Leonard, also. Alex Shelley Tremblay, who is here. Yay. J.K. Smith, and last but certainly not least, Torrin Wilson. Dance seniors, we wish you certainly all the best in the future, and we're going to see you tomorrow at graduation.
Good morning. I'm Hansen Chen, Chair for the Math and Science Department, and may I have all the Math Science seniors come join us on the stage. I know it's a big 16 of you. All right. Now that you're graduating, I would like to recognize a few key attributes that make this senior group very, very special. Number one, this senior class model to younger grades that we stand for, what we stand for as a department and how to persevere. This group brought back many math science traditions that were interrupted by COVID. For example, scientific lab-based research projects with many Alabama Science and Engineering Fair and the Regeneron ASFA, which we have quite a few winners. Public Senior Research Symposium, our ice cream social, many ASFA competitions, let the underclassmen persons in what the ASFA math science experience used to be, senior spoof video, where 3 out of the 5 grade levels had not experienced it before. For that, we really, really thank you guys, okay? The next thing is the last part of your 10th grade year and your 11th grade year was spent in remote learning. You're the first class to have all the current math science teachers, which includes me, if you remember that. You are the most congenial and respectful group. This group was the first to plan a math science senior trip where most of y'all went. As a class, you never gave up. Instead, you always strive to do your best and move forward. As a class, you were leaders in various math science organizations. You are leaders in the various STEM competitions many of you have competed in. This class has a great ability to laugh at themselves. You will do whatever is needed to support your teachers in the math science department. So therefore, thank you for all of that. And when I mention your name, I'm going to go with the 5-year seniors and 4-year seniors. Okay? So, Ms. Mann and Dr. Flournoy, please. We are going to give you our very first research abstract book, Volume 1, with all your beautiful pictures in it. It's a memory, okay? All right, our math science senior is Oraga R. Muhammad El-Zubi, Trisha Bimal-Nathini, Pranav Dhanaseka, James Downs, Maurizio Freeman, Lizzie Lancaster, Maya Lundy, Hannah Parrott, Aaron Pia, James Shee, and Jenny Zhu. Then the next list is the 4-year seniors. Shri Balasundarajan, Alec Kone, Ethan Forrest, Toby Wong, and Ryan Montgomery. So we would like to congratulate everybody for a good job well done, and we're going to miss you. Come back and work.
Please have the music senior class come up on stage. While they're taking their sweet time to get here, we had a lunch yesterday with this class and the faculty, and they asked us for advice as they go forward. And I started thinking about this as I had to speak today, and I thought the greatest difficulty for a musician is that you are trained as an individual. You are trained to be in a practice room on your own for hours on end, and ultimately have to come together as a group to make music. And these 5 seniors, I think after what you've all been through, and so unique, every single one of you, to come together like a group like this has been something that has been a wonderful and honoring, humbling experience for me in the last 8 months. So you have embodied what we all believe musicians should be. Individuals, diverse, but as a team. You came through and you are the last 5 remaining from your grade 9 class. So we thank you very much. We wish you everything of the best. The advice we gave you yesterday, I'm going to repeat it. 1, get into a practice room or a library. 2, be brave. 3, take risks, musical risks, artistic risks. Be resilient, and please make sure that you believe in yourself and who you are. We've got a very small little token of sort of our gratitude for everything you have given to us. So I will call you out one by one. I've written it down just in case, but I'm going to try and do this in alphabetical order. I'm a musician for a reason. Casey Bell. Max is a vocalist. Max Coriel is a pianist. Catherine Glass, a vocalist. Ife Song, our flautist. And really, last but certainly not least, our percussionist, Raven Wilson.
Seniors, please come to the stage. I'm not feeling fantastic today, so I'm going to responsibly stay away from everyone else and give this speech. It's not COVID, it's just some other junk that nobody needs before graduation, so I'm going to stay right here. I did write a little speech because I'm an actor and that's what I do, and this class is very special to me. But so my father was a teacher, and I remember him saying once that once in a while you have a class that teaches you as much as you teach them. And I always believed that that was just something the teachers said to be humble. But once in a while, for me, is this once in a while. And this class, I wrote this down, this was hard yesterday. This feels like my first group of graduating seniors at ASFA. It's the first group to be here long enough together on this journey, and it has been an incredible journey. This group, if you look at them and hear, if they were to monologue their backstories, you would think they were created by some kind of television show. They are a Breakfast Club-esque collection of modern teenagers. A seemingly impossible group of individuals that couldn't really be this close. But this group is an astonishing combination of talent, decency, and pride. They're fiercely individual, and every one of them truly individual from every other one of them. It seems impossible, but they have grown into, in their best moments, and not all moments, but their best ones, a very rare thing, a genuine example of what this department can be, an example to the grades below of what ASFA can be, an example of what talent, individuality, and respect can accomplish. And they've changed me as a teacher. They've changed my understanding of what it means to be a teacher and to teach, inspire, protect, and respect my students. I care for them deeply, they're exceptional, and we have a couple gifts to give them. So, traditionally, we've always given out a complete works of William Shakespeare, because it's 1,000 pages, and we just like the idea of you carrying it around with you. We also like the idea of you looking at it once in a while and realizing how much you've learned here. Just a giant amount of information. The book is signed by almost every member of the department. So when you open it one day in college, I hope you open it one day in college, you can see that you are truly not alone, that you were loved and were memorable. And most of your memories probably happen right on this stage, which is kind of cool. Also, this year though, I decided that a traditional gift didn't quite work. So I found a second gift. I found a complete works of The Avengers as written by William Shakespeare. So it's the entire Avengers saga written as if William Shakespeare had written it in verse. So I figured it would be a good example of what some artistic individuality can accomplish in a traditional sense. So I'd like each of you, I believe our theater seniors generally like to bow, so I'm going to let you bow, and then Miss Susan is going to give you your gift behind you. Go ahead, guys, take a big bow. Why not? Miss Susan is behind you and going to give you your gifts. Peggy and Laura, I know, are behind the scenes, as they always are, and thank you very much. Remy, what do you do? There you go. There's books, the keyboards here. Madeline Mathern. Selby Whaley. Jay Pruitt. Greta Peterson. Zorangia Logan, Jordan Kerr, and Bradley Seals. I know we wish you all the best of luck. Go do great things. We will not be surprised when you do. Thank you.
Not to dwell on COVID's past in regard to instruction, but this particular moment had such a significant impact on me at the time, and is also tied into this moment now. So, if we flash back to your last days as a junior, the last semester of hybrid instruction, I was observing an online end-of-the-year studio critique. Most of the work I had not seen before, as it was specifically a critique of other teachers in the department. If it were a typical school year, I would have seen it in passing and would have, kind of talked to you guys about that. But that was not the case in that year. You created a lot of that work at home. But as we moved from one student to the next during the critique, I grew more impressed by what I saw. It's pretty outstanding stuff considering the circumstances. All of this was happening during a particular low point for me. I don't really talk about that kind of stuff, but I was truly blown away by what I've seen, and I can honestly say that you restored my hope in the future in that moment. And the future certainly looked brighter. During your senior year, you did not disappoint. Your passion and hard work, tragedies and conflicts, your passion and your hard work spilled over into the new year. Only now, with all the pressures of being a visual arts senior and personal tragedies and conflicts, we watched you mature and grow to depend on one another. We saw you lean into your craft. Once again, you inspired, despite adversity. And you've given us two of the most outstanding senior exhibitions we've had the pleasure of viewing in both the Materials Gallery at the Plug Gallery. Your individual approach, your passion, your dedication to your craft really showed in the work, earning so many accolades and praises. I even witnessed a viewer moved to tears. That was a first for me for a student exhibition. You've all made us so proud, and we know you will continue to do so after you leave here. I think I can speak for the entire VA faculty when I say you always have a special place in our hearts and memories. Please accept these small gifts as a token of our appreciation, and good luck on your future at ASFA.
Good morning, everybody, and especially seniors. When Dr. Mitchell looked at me a while ago and said, and now I turn it over to Mr. Hill, and the panicked look I had on my face. Because this is one of those nice days and events where I don't have to do anything. Those are, and just luxuriate and having no responsibilities. I guess my responsibility was to figure out how long this event would last and try to time it perfectly, and I failed. So we have about, so let me make some announcements and share some things with you that I was not planning to share with you. Seniors, I think you probably would have some advice to pass along to others, and one of the great things we like about this day is the fact that you get to stand up here on the stage and bask kind of in the glow for one last moment in front of especially your student peers and your especially your faculty. And that's your moment before the even bigger moment tomorrow night at the Alabama Theater in front of family and friends and loved ones in addition. And so that's one of the things we love about this day and this small event, no matter what. Okay? I am going to share with you, as I say, unexpectedly, but I hope it turns out to be worth doing. I'm going to share with you maybe some advice passed down from recent graduates, okay, that I happen to be able to pull up on my phone quickly. I've been talking to a lot of recent graduates, and I say recent, I mean last year and the year before mainly, and maybe 3 years ago. And before I read to you what some of their feedback is, we all sincerely hope that your time at ASFA has been everything that you wanted it to be, hopefully more. We hope it's been fulfilling and rewarding and that despite any unwanted challenges or difficulties or hardships or struggles and stresses, that it was all worth it. We hope you feel that way. And we hope we have been able to provide that and help you have that experience. I wonder if you would agree with any of these sentiments from recent graduates. And I like the way they work in context today. As you reflect on leaving this place, and the next time you return to this place, it'll look a lot smaller than it does today. Because your world will be so much bigger. Listen to this quote from a recent graduate. At my previous school, before ASFA, no one really wanted to risk being that person that took a risk or stood out in some way, but people really just went all out at ASFA and were fearless in expressing themselves. And I've realized now at college how special that was, because I feel like there's kind of, I don't know, it's a fear. But it's, people just aren't as, I guess they're not as fearless to kind of go all out and express themselves in that way. And I think that that really affected my time in the ASFA community, and I really do miss that. Just like the fearlessness that people have in expressing themselves and taking on things that I guess that might be seen as cliche or maybe embarrassing. Like in the public world, it just made it to be a really enjoyable, fun time, and I miss that a lot. Another student said, the overall confidence I got at ASFA to be very bold, what I have now, that I have because I've experienced what I already know. I got this. I got it. ASFA prepared me for this. I've been in this moment. And I'm like, yeah, I got it because I've done this already. I've done it already. ASFA provided me that opportunity to take that step, and I've already been down that road before. Been down that path. And then a collection of phrases that recent graduates shared that I took a special note of that I wanted to share with you. And my hope, our collective hope, is that you have you will be able to have now and in the near future and for always similar sentiments about your time at ASFA. Here's a sampling that I really liked, expressing the time spent at ASFA. Magical, life-affirming, a gift, such a gift, a huge gift, a wonderful thing, a beautiful path, a bunch of weird people who are dangerously smart and hyper-focused, a better example of what people would want the world to look like, a more complex experience of schooling. Yeah. There's nothing like this. It feels like true joy. An abnormal way of going to school. An important way to live. And this is my favorite. The weirdness I was looking for. And so, I will conclude my extemporaneous comments by saying, graduating seniors of ASFA, we hope that we were the weirdness you were looking for, because you were definitely the weirdness we were looking for. All right. Let me go ahead and tell you a couple of things, because there's nothing that can trump what we are going to move into in just a minute, and that's the senior slideshow. And so let me get a few things out of the way before that. And first and foremost, no one can fully appreciate and acknowledge enough and show appreciation enough for the incredible work that Ms. P.J. Godwin puts into this senior experience.